Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Saturday, first thing in the morning Saturday, and hear my voice. And Saturday means it is my weekly weigh-in and the Weight Watchers meeting topic for the week. Also, it's Timmy's weigh-in. Yes, Timmy. Timmy, if you don't know Timmy, my son is on a weight loss journey himself. He is not doing any specific plan. He's just trying to eat less and move more. That's the plan he chose. And if you are new here, I did a whole video where Timmy and I did a little, I set him up a program. And if you'd like to see that, I thought I remember to link that in the iCards. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I just link it at the end. But I will try to remember to link it in the iCards. What you do, you hit that little eye in the corner. It brings the video down. You hit it. It'll shoot it into a new window. You can watch it after you're done with this. And okay, let's get started. He stayed the same. He was happy with that. He said he's in the midst of finals at the end of semester right now. He lives at school, in case you didn't know that. So he said he didn't get any exercise in, any of his workouts. He goes to the gym there. He walks. He rides his bike. He does a lot. He's very active. He swims. But he said, he goes, I just haven't had the time. He said, I've just been really swamped. And he's almost done. He'll be home a week from Friday, he'll be home. So he's excited to come home and start another semester next month. But he just getting done. He's like getting it done, checking it off the list. So he's excited. And if you didn't know, my son is in the seminary to be a Catholic priest. I know that does sound weird to come out of my mouth for me. You know, but hey, you just never know. So he is in his third year of senior studies. So if all goes well, in May he will be ordained a transitional deacon, and in the following May he will be ordained a priest. My baby. Who knew? I knew. Timmy was always destined for that. So he's excited. He's excited to come home and excited to relax. He's excited. And that was his way. And so he's happy with it. If he's happy, I'm happy. He said he had a couple days where he went out. He didn't eat the best. So he was happy with a maintain. And maintain's nothing wrong with a maintain. So he was good with that. So how was your weigh-in, D? You've had 6 weeks, it feels like, of losses. You know? I'd gain. I did. And I'm not shocked, honestly. I didn't have a hugely bad week, but I had a bad weekend. I did. I had a couple parties. And no, it's for me what works again. It wasn't even the food or the desserts, shockingly. Well, I should say it was the food. It wasn't the desserts. For me, it's the breads. It's the gluten. I am trying to do gluten-free. If you didn't know, I have an allergic reaction to gluten. My body shows, what's the word I'm looking for? Inflammation. That's the word. Inflammatory foods. And for one of them, for me, it's gluten. My brother actually has celiac. So they think I'm just not going to get full blown yet celiac, but I definitely show sensitivity to gluten. So when I have gluten, I don't get physically sick. I just bloat, and I know this, but see, it doesn't make me feel physically sick. If it did, I would totally not have it. But, it's like, it's all right. I'm not, and I love bread. I'm Italian. You have to understand, full-blooded, if I had a dog, I had papers Italian. We grew up with bread. Bread was everywhere. In Philly, I grew up, and there were brick oven bakeries on the corner, and it was cheap. So my dad always bought a loaf of Italian bread home several nights a week. I just love bread. I do. I love bread. So it's very hard for me. And when you get good bread, because there's bad bread and there's good bread, when you get good crusty bread, it's like, because we went out to Christmas dinner and I did really well, but there was the bread basket. We got mussels as an appetizer. Well, that's great. Until you dunk the bread in all the mussel juice. Yeah, but I'm okay, really. Like I said, it's holiday time, so I am totally okay with putting on a couple of pounds. Unfortunately, I'm on a roll, and I was kind of like, but you know what? If I had to do it all over again, I'd do the same thing. So that's definitely growth. If I didn't regret. I'm like, oh, if I just didn't have that bread, oh, why did I do it? No, I didn't do that. I don't live in regret. I try you guys not to do that either. If you want something, have it, own it, and move on. It is what it is. Up a pound, I'm all right. I don't know. Well, this week we have nothing going on. Nothing. Till the following week, then we have like 3 dinners. So we'll see if we have a good week this week, and then it'll balance out the bad week next week. But before we get to the WW topic, I wanted to share something with you because I found it yesterday and I am just in love with it. I know, I'm weird. Steve goes, and I wish I'd gotten, I only have one. I have to go back. We were at Trader Joe's. Every December 8th, Steve and I go shopping. He takes a day off, go to church. We go, it's just, he did it as a kid, so we do it. So December 8th, we went shopping. And on the way home, we passed to Trader Joe's. And he goes, want to go in? I'm like, okay. There will not be a haul because I did not get that much. Honestly, I only went in for, he wanted to go in actually. And I don't think I think all I wanted to get was the Asian rice snack mix. I mean, we spent $90. We did get the Jingle Jangle. I did procure a container of Jingle Jangle. It's not for me. Hopefully it's to give away because I can't have Jingle Jangle. And I got some gnocchi. But that, you know, we really didn't get a lot. But these were on the way out at the cash register. Chai tea mints. Now they've had matcha, I believe. They've had and I never liked them. So I'm like, chai tea. What these have different, I've never seen them. I don't know. And I went, chai tea. So slipped them under there. Steve was paying. So I get in the car and he goes, I'll put them in your stocking. No, I'll have one. So I opened it up and I had one. And they're in the shape of little drops. You can see that. Okay. Oh my God. They are like, I need to have a case of these. They're vegan. They're so stinking. I think they're 5 calories for one. I don't know. I'm sorry. They're fantastic. I'll read the ingredients. No, I'm not going to read the ingredients. You should just eat these. They're stinking mints. Don't worry about what's in it. It's a mint. But oh my gosh, they're so good. Because I love chai tea. And I was very hesitant thinking that these are not going to be good. Amazing. Okay, let's go to the Weight Watchers topic. We've talked for 7 minutes. This is a topic near and dear to my heart. You know I'm the swap queen. I kind of dubbed myself that. But 13 simple swaps that save you points. Beth Jane, I love you because this is going to be our stuff. Think about recipes you love or ones you're planning to whip up this week. What if you can make some of their points just poof and disappear? The guide makes this happen. Try this. The WW Guide to Ingredient Swaps. You're going to want to screenshot this. You should. And if you can't screenshot it, let me know and I will message me and I will screenshot it for you. The recipe calls for types of meat or poultry with more fat like skirt steak, ground beef, or chicken thighs. And there's nothing wrong with chicken thighs. Can we put that out there? There's nothing wrong with chicken thighs. Try leaner cuts like top sirloin, 95% lean ground beef, or skinless chicken breast. You save up to 5 points per serving. I will tell you, 95% beef is a little dry. So if it's in something like a casserole or sloppy joes, you might not notice it. But if you're having it as a burger and you're cooking it because you don't like your meat pink, yeah. Certain things are not worth a swap. Like for me, a burger, I want an 85-15. There's this, I don't care what the points are. I will, again, swap out my bun rather than swap out my meat. It says, enjoy seafood, shrimp, and tuna steaks make great swaps too. Oh, nothing better than a tuna steak. So it has some good points there. Coconut oil or butter, olive or canola. You save up to 4 points per tablespoon. I do not like coconut oil. I don't use it. Honestly, I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm not going to sit here I'm not here to tell you what's good and bad. I'm here to tell you what I use, and here's the bottom line. The amount that you use of any of this is not bad. You're not using a whole gallon of any of this stuff. So really, and you're saving 4 or 5 points. In the grand scheme of things, pull them out of your weeklies. You know, that's how I look at it if you don't want to eat any of these. But there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like the way coconut oil looks. It's like lard. I don't know. I don't like using lard either. I just don't like the way. It's kind of like butter. It's like, but butter's got flavor. I do think coconut oil has a coconut flavor. I love olive oil. doesn't say avocado oil, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just as high in points as the coconut and butter. But I use an extra virgin, and I also use a light olive oil. Extra virgin has more flavor. So if you want something that without as much flavor, use a light olive oil versus an extra virgin, because that has a little bit more of a taste. Now, when I make salads, it's extra virgin. When I cook, a lot of times it's light, because you don't want to waste that beautiful olive oil in cooking when it just gets smushed with everything. And I always call extra virgin my finishing oil. Like, do you ever watch like the Italian chefs that just that's your extra virgin. If you want to have like spaghetti aioli, you would use an extra virgin. But to me, when you're sauteing, I just use light olive oil. Quite honestly, I don't think I like it because it's olive oil, but I don't want to waste that flavor you're not going to taste anyway. But yeah, they're good swaps. Fat-free, full fat milk or cheese. Controversial one too. Fat-free or reduced fat, up to 4 points per serving. I don't like fat-free cheese. And we all use it in the beginning. Fat-free cheese. And then we look at it and go, it just doesn't, it's not appealing. Here's the thing. If you like these things, then you eat these things. For me, I don't like the way it looks. I don't want to eat it, so I shouldn't. I shouldn't sacrifice my taste for points. Neither should you. But there's nothing wrong with reduced fat cheese. Honestly, I don't know if you really know that. In a recipe, you're not going to really know the difference. Maybe if you're eating it sliced in a charcuterie, you could. But we're talking in a recipe, I would venture to bet you won't know the difference. It's just really that way. And reduced fat milk, fat-free milk is okay. Again, I wouldn't drink fat-free milk. I don't like the way it looks. Again, I eat with my eyes, and I look at it, it looks blue. In a recipe, I probably wouldn't know the difference. So I get the fat-free milk, but we use 1% here, and I also have a half gallon of almond milk that I enjoy. I enjoy the way the nut milk tastes. I like it in cereal. I like it in oatmeal. I like it. Again, you have to like what you eat. Don't eat it because I'm eating full fat, because there's nothing healthier about anything. Moderation is key for everything. If you ate a crap ton of whole milk versus, it's just, you have to eat what you like, and you have to eat everything in moderation. That is the key. I just gave you all the answers. Sugar, granular stevia, grated apple, or mashed banana. You save up to 4 tablespoons per serving. Now, you know me, I'm the queen of the mashed banana and things. I like it. I think it adds moistness, denseness to my recipes. It makes them a little bit, when they're dense, they feel a little more decadent. So I like that. And you also could use I use a lot of times the pumpkin, but you need a sweetener with pumpkin. I don't know if I ever had just plain stevia. I don't know if I've ever bought just stevia. I buy monk fruit. I buy allulose. Now they have a monk fruit with allulose because a lot of people don't like the erythritol. And I'm not here to debate erythritol, but I will tell you that erythritol in the amounts that I use are not detrimental. I don't think they're detrimental to anybody, because we haven't heard studies to back up that original study that came out of nowhere, that had nothing to do with erythritol. We never heard anything. We never heard boo back from that, because I feel like that was just thrown out there to hurt the erythritol industry. I really truly do. You can't, and there's no scientific base. I've asked my doctor, I've asked nutritionists. They even said it's, you have to do whatever you feel safe doing, and if it bothers you, you're gonna not enjoy it. So there's the bottom line. They put that seed in your head, and if it bothers you, then don't have it. If things bother you, then don't have them. You have to like what you eat. You can't be like obsessed with, oh my God, this is gonna kill me. It's not gonna kill you, but if it's gonna bother you, then don't have it. There's so many other things out there. Like I said, I do like the allulose, and I do like the Truvia, which is a stevia derivative. I believe it's a stevia brand that's sold in regular grocery stores. I enjoy that. Like I said, for the amount that I use, am I using a cup of it? No. Most of my recipes are one and dones. Lucky if I use a tablespoon. And that's not even every day. So you have to look at that. When you see these studies, the amount that these people are tested on is not the amount you're going to ingest, even close to, in a week, let alone a day. So you have to keep that in mind. Oil in baked goods, unsweetened applesauce. I do that. I sub out unsweetened applesauce for oil and butter. Oil and butter. And honestly, And that's the thing. When you taste the recipe after you've made the substitution, do you like it? Don't say, well, it's okay. No, you have to say, yeah, I like it. Because everything that I put on this channel, I like. If I didn't like it, I'm not putting it up. Because I'm going to say, ooh, try this when it stinks. If I don't like it, I am not putting it out there. So, and sometimes if you watch, you see me, I shock myself. I'm like, it's better than I thought it was. Because sometimes you think it's going to be okay, but sometimes it's like out of this world delicious. Like that pumpkin dump cake. Oh my, but that was a Weight Watchers recipe, and that was, oh my God. To me, that's still his favorite cake. On the oil, you save up to 5 points per tablespoon. Heavy cream or sour cream, canned pumpkin or fat-free Greek yogurt. You save up to 11 points per quarter cup. The sour cream, that one really gets me because, honestly, it tastes the same as non-fat Greek yogurt. It does. I don't taste a difference. My family, here's the bottom line too. When you make a swap, don't tell people. Because they'll be like, oh, I can taste it. I don't like it. Trust me. If you don't tell them, they will never know. I never tell anybody. There's no reason to tell people. There just isn't. And yeah, the yogurt thing, that's a no-brainer. There is, the people, oh, no, you think, see, there's the thing, you think you can tell the difference because you know it's there. If you took a blind taste test, I'm betting you wouldn't know. Because I've done it to people, so that's how I say that. But to save 11 points for a quarter cup, yes. I mean, I don't use heavy cream in much anyway, but I would probably definitely put yogurt in there. And when I make my spinach dip, I had made an adjustment. I adjusted on my website. I added a little bit of milk and 2 tablespoons and a little bit of mayo, and it cut out that bitiness that the yogurt, because it was just all yogurt, and I liked it. I just felt like it needed something. It needed to be creamier, and it needed to be a little bit less, and that little bit, which did not add many points to my serving, made the difference. Peanut butter, my favorite one, powdered peanut butter. You save up to 5 points for 2 tablespoons. Because you make 2 tablespoons of powder with 1 tablespoon of liquid makes 1 tablespoon of peanut butter for 1 point. I like to mix my powder. Now there's the thing too. The directions on the powdered peanut butter say mix it with water. Your girl here went a little bit further. I used to use nut milks. That's how I start with nut milks. It's creamy. It's good, okay. Then we tried skinny syrup. What's great about the skinny syrup is it changes your peanut butter's flavor. Because like I had maple bourbon pecan, so then I had maple bourbon pecan peanut butter. So that's what's great about the skinny syrup. It makes you have flavored peanut butter. But if you just want plain peanut butter, use the milk or just, or use water. You could probably use coffee. I just thought of that. Coffee. So you can have coffee flavored peanut butter. I'm telling you, powdered peanut butter is where it's at. It's delicious. And the less liquid you put in, the thicker it is. So if you want it really thick, you put less liquid. You want it really thin as a drizzle, you put a little bit more. And some brands, I think it's PB2, have a crunchy one. I know. Little crunchy flecks of peanuts. They have a pumpkin one that's really good. PB Fit has a slight more protein. I think 1 more point. It's not really tragic. Is it worth it? Honestly, I don't know. I also order from a place called Cape Island Foods. You've seen them here. And they make their own peanut butter. Well, yeah, they make their own powdered peanut butter. And they have honey roasted powdered peanut butter and butterscotch powdered peanut butter. They have a cappuccino one too. I don't like cappuccino. But it's no more points, but it's so good. Talk about delicious. And one of my favorite things to do with powdered peanut butter, that's always been my favorite subject, cheese, is peel an apple, slice it, put it in a baggie, put a tablespoon of a scoop of powdered peanut butter, shake it, and it coats the apples. You'll thank me. Oh my gosh. My girl Carrie Moss Price was the one that told me about that, and I've made it ever since, and I always say her name because she's the one that mentioned it. So Carrie Moss Price. Sorry. lemon seed. I think it was Carrie Moss price. Yes, it was Carrie Moss price. I had to think about it. So definitely, you don't have to swap all of these, but some of these once in a while, it saves points. And if you're a person that doesn't want to go into your weeklies, then this is why you use these. But for me, it's like, if I need something and I don't really want to swap it out, I don't. Like, you have to do what's comfortable for you. But any of these are good options. How to save even more points. Oh my gosh, here we go. Cut down on oil or other fats. Grill, broil, or steam food instead of frying or sauteing. Brush oil directly onto food or use a cooking spray or oil spritzer. Use reduced salt stock to prevent stick. Yes, stocks. Reduced sodium stocks are a great friend. I like the non-aerosol sprays now. They have an avocado and olive, and my son has me hooked on the ghee one. Oh my God, because they're good for your non-stick pans. The aerosol sprays you can't use, but these, they're fantastic. And the ghee one I cannot recommend enough. It is fantastic. Stretch a serving amount. Chop nuts or chocolate into smaller pieces. That is so raisins, because raisins are high in points. But craisins, we want to put them in there, but oh my gosh, chop them. Same thing with, I talk about this all the time. These are the lilies that I use, and a lot of people cannot find this one. This is, you get 13 for 0, and in the blue and white bag, I think you only get 6. So I said, well, they're bigger, because I did talk to lilies all about this. We had a conversation, but I would get the other ones when I couldn't find these and just chop them, so I would get more to sprinkle, because you want to put them all over the place. You want them to get the most surface that they can. Opt for grated cheese instead of sliced or cubed. You get a lot of cheese, like in a Parmesan, when you grate it, you get a decent amount for a small amount of points. And that cheese is so flavorful. You don't need a lot, because it has such good flavor and such strong flavor. Same thing with feta. If you want to put feta in a salad, and the fat-free feta, I'm going to be honest, I hate fat-free cheese. I do. But fat-free feta is pretty good. I do buy that. The feta in the brine is my all-time favorite. Look for brands with less fat or no added sugar to use in the WW app to compare. Some people are big on full fat, whole, all this stuff. Honestly, I'm not. I'm into more low fat, low sugar. I just feel like I don't need any of that other stuff to raise my caloric intake. Back in the day, they made low fat foods. They made low sugar foods because our foods were not good for us. So that's where they came out with these foods. And people, for the diabetics, the no sugars or sugar free, they were for those people. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not going to hurt you. I don't understand when people slam low light foods. Yes, fat-free foods there's stuff put in them to make them taste palatable. So I don't try to use those because of there's a lot of sugar in those. So you might have something that's fat-free, but it has a high sugar content. Like there's fat-free cottage cheese. Look at the sodium in fat-free cottage cheese. It's 475 milligrams per serving, whereas 1% cottage cheese is 45 milligrams per serving. They need that salt to make it taste palatable. So look at things and see if what you're willing to sacrifice and what you're willing not. Just remember, everything in moderation. Moderation is the key. You're not eating a lot of any of this. You're eating moderate amounts. So it's not going to be detrimental to anything that you eat. Let's make one thing clear. You should 100% feel okay making and enjoying any of these recipes as well, whether it's grandma's famous potato pasta or go-to weekend meals from scratch brownies. This journey isn't about turning every favorite into a low point knockoff. Your budget allows for flexibility in what you prepare and eat. So it's basically saying, on the whole, when you're out and you can indulge in a regular pointed meal. You have weekly budgets. And that's the thing I know people don't want to go into their weeklies. I hear it all the time. They wouldn't give you those points if they didn't want you to use them. But that's also why points saving swaps and recipe tweaks are also helpful. There may be times you want that extra freedom to eat your usual favorites or something special and you still stay on track. You might even prefer the lower point versions and find that swaps become the norm. This is one of my favorite lines, Suzanne. It has to hit that note. You have to, when you swap something and you taste it, it has to hit the note you're looking for, that satisfaction. If you're not getting satisfaction from these swaps, then don't do them. I am satisfied with the swaps I make. I do not feel that I am, oh my gosh, I'm eating diet food. I don't ever feel that way. I feel like I'm eating lighter food, not diet food. There's a difference. Diet food, you feel like you're going to stop eating. Lighter food, you're just eating the rest of your life, and that's the swap. You have to make the swap that you could live with. That note. Does that donut taste as good as a regular donut? No. But does it hit the note of that donut? Does it hit that note in your palate and make you go, oh, the sigh? My recipes give me the sigh, the satisfaction, that note. And that's what I want for you. Planning ahead to fit in foods you love and want to eat into your life, either through lower point cooking and baking or budgeting for the higher point versions, makes this journey more livable and puts you into a better position for success. It's how you go to maintenance. You'll be able to some days swap out, some days not. Like if you're out, you can't swap ingredients. Excuse me, could you put yogurt on in my sauce for my steak instead of the cream? No, they can't. So you've budgeted all week to fit in that heavy sauce. See, there is where the whole thing is. You're doing these day in and day out, but when you have those big events, you just eat what's there. Less, but what's there. Take half of that steak home and have it for lunch. Nothing wrong with that. It isn't sustainable to rule out your favorite foods. Let's say that again. It isn't sustainable to rule out your favorite foods. It's not. You could sit there and say, I'm not going to eat that. Because you're going to eat it. It's going to come back. You just got to figure out how to put it in. Lowering the points in what you cook is one strategy to help you fit in your favorites. If the swap isn't good, don't make it. But if it hits the note and you're satisfied, then it's a win. And don't tell your husband, because he won't like it before he even sits down. I know many husbands out there that will be like, I'm not eating that. I don't want that. Don't tell them. Stop, because people go in there with this perception of how it's going to taste, and that's what they taste. They don't even give it a chance. They already go in there with a negative attitude, and that doesn't help. Foods that are higher in protein, fiber, and unsaturated fats are lower in points. Truth bomb. Weight Watchers is a low-fat diet or lifestyle. It is. It just is lower fat, and now they're talking about upping your protein, lower fat-wise, like chicken, turkey, tuna, cottage cheese. They're all low-fat items. I mean, you can get a high-fat cottage cheese. Don't get me wrong, but there's no more. I don't know if there's any more protein in lower-fat cottage cheese versus higher-fat cottage cheese. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not going to sit there and I'm not here to debate that. I'm going to tell you that some low-fat foods are high in protein, and that's what people are filling themselves up on. Unsaturated fat. Yeah, I just said that. So find out what you like. Find out what you're willing to swap, and then you do that. Don't sit there and listen to anybody telling you anything. You're a big girl and a big boy. You make your own choices. You eat the foods you like. Don't eat something that somebody else eats because they say, don't eat this, don't eat that. You eat what you want in moderation, and we will be fine. So that is it for me. You know I love this topic. I'm all about swaps. I wouldn't have got to goal without them. Quite honestly, and I wouldn't be here without them. Because I like cake. I cannot have regular cake. It just doesn't work. And I have to have my one and done. That's a swap I make. Making an individual portion of something. Because I can't have a whole cake there. I consider myself a food addict. When you've been as heavy as long as I've been heavy, it's hard. It became an addiction. And I can only speak for myself when I say that. But it's very hard. And I still have times when you're at places that, here, have whatever you want. It's like your eyes light up and it's like you reached heaven. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to have restraint. It's hard. And it doesn't get easier. The more you practice that muscle of discipline, it helps, but it never really gets easier per se. You have to fight it every day. It's not, I can never walk into a buffet and just be like, I don't want any of that. No. I walk in wanting that and saying, how do I not put that on my plate? And I put things on there and even here, like I've been putting my plate in the sink, so I don't want to go back for a little bit more. It's hard. It's even at home. Thanksgiving was hard because I wanted more of everything. I wanted it. but I knew I had enough. I knew I was not hungry anymore. And that's the thing I keep in my head. Are you hungry? No. Okay. Are you full? No. But are you hungry? And that's the thing I tell people to ask themselves. Are you still hungry? Not are you full? And that's when I took that nutrition class, that was one of the big things. Are you hungry? Don't ask yourself if you're full, because we shouldn't be eating till we're full. So that would be a hard no, I'm not full. I'm never full. So I can't ask that of myself. I try to tell it to Timmy. He's getting better. I keep saying, are you hungry? No. But I'm not full. I didn't ask that. I said, are you hungry? Well, now. Then this is when we stop. Get your container. Take it home. Hard? Yes. But the more you practice it, the better you'll be at it. And you'll get into that routine. So that is it for me. I've talked way too long, but I love swaps. Swaps are my life. Without swaps, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you right now. I firmly believe that. And there's nothing wrong with a good swap. So that is it for me. If you enjoyed this video, let me know with a big old thumbs up. Let me know how you did this week. How was your week? Did you lose? Did you gain? Did you stay the same? Are you want to maintain, not gain through the month of December? Let me know. And if you get to Trader Joe's, I hope you can find these chai mints, because they are the bomb. Oh, I can't have another one. So I will dish with you another day. This is Vlogmas day 9. I'm getting tired of Vlogmas already. I didn't even say it at the beginning. Thank you for watching Vlogmas day 9. I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas day 10. The foot massager is coming out tomorrow. So I will talk to you later, Gators. Bye-bye for now.